Southeast Polk swim team and battle. Explain how we're gonna race.
So Jasper here is gonna get about 10-ish second head start. We're all gonna swim a 50, so that's just down and back. Jasper's gonna get about 10 seconds, and then us three Bonnarant boys are gonna follow him and try to catch up.
It's about to be Dub City.
Go!
Did I win?
Hey, you beat Davin.
No! Yeah, that's all I wanted.
Put Brennan and Presto.
It's really good to beat Davin. I can't breathe. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 9 of the Jays Today podcast. Today we're just getting right into it with two guests. As you can see, we've got Alex Hammond and Davin Butler, both varsity swimmers at Southeast Polk. So thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us on.
So we will start with some in and out questions. I haven't shown you these, even though I heard that somebody already peeked at them and cheated a little bit, but these ones you're just supposed to say in if you agree and out if you disagree.
This is in or out.
So the first question is, breaststroke is the best stroke?
Out.
In 100%.
Out and in.
You're crazy.
I'm definitely in on that. That's
That's
my
the
forte.
only thing you're good at.
I do tend to be one trick pony.
Yeah.
All right, next one is cold pools are better than warm pools.
I'm going to go in.
I would also go in.
In for performance, out for like having to get in them.
Yeah,
Okay.
getting in, especially in the mornings, is not fun. But I'd say definitely racing in a cold pool is a lot better.
You die a lot faster. Like you fatigue a lot faster in a warm pool.
Okay, and do you know what temp the pool
Our
is held
coach
at?
insists it's always at 78 degrees at
don't
our
buy
home
it,
pool
though.
at Southeast Polk. Some days it feels a whole lot colder, but I'd say 78, 75 range is typically the sweet spot. It definitely feels a little chilly when you get in, but that's probably my favorite range to swim in.
All right. Shaving your body actually makes you faster.
That's a good one. I think
Good question.
based on like the science, I would have to say in.
I'm going to go
I mean,
in just because like even if it doesn't, I've been told so long, it's probably more placebo at this point.
yeah, I feel like it makes you feel faster. So
Extra layer
and
of
it probably
confidence.
actually does, but it's
Probably
pretty
a
small
lot
difference,
less than
hard
you
to
think it
notice.
is.
And so for anybody that might be confused, you guys have to have a complete shave before district, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
before
supposed
our
to.
state qualifying and state meets, most of our guys are shaving down.
Nice. All right, we've got 500s are easy.
Yeah. I'm in.
I'm out on that. I'm not a distance guy. I've swam the 500 twice in my high school career, and both times it was not enjoyable for
You dropped
me.
a second over the course of a year. I've been swimming 500 since like freshman year. I swam my first one. It was horrible, but I was really good at it. Apparently, coach insisted that I was, and then he kept me on that program until here now, and they just gotten a lot easier.
How many times down and back is it?
20.
So it's 20 lengths of the pool, 25-yard pool is what we swim in. So yeah, 20.
How long does that
20 lengths.
typically go for? Like, what's a good time?
I'd say pretty good
I'd say
time.
our average time is like in that 5:15, 5:30 range. A really like elite time is sub 5, but I've seen people go like 8+ minutes.
That's
Yeah.
a long time to swim. All right, so this is a question more for Davin because he does track, but we've got swim meets are better than track meets.
That's a tough one. I'd definitely say it depends. Depends on like atmosphere of the meet and whatnot. But typically, I think I would say in on that. Swim meets are a lot shorter, not as long, and the weather. It's not. I wouldn't necessarily say it's better. It's really hot and humid in the pool most of the time, but it's more consistent. You don't get your freezing rain in the middle of track season like you do in swimming.
Are you a track guy at all?
I've never been to a single track meet, so I can tell you.
So in for you.
I'll be in. Yeah.
All right. The last one is Southeast Polk is very fortunate that they have a bunch of Blue Jays.
100%.
100% in. Yeah.
Yeah.
They lose like half their varsity talent without the Bondurant guys. They lose a lot. They just lose a lot of depth because our JV guys are are pretty good. They're fortunate to have merged with us.
Who other than you two are swimmers? Who else are the varsity swimmers?
Varsity guys, you got Alex's little brother Brennan, and then Caden Schroeder, who
Couldn't be here today because he's
Yeah.
working for the
Couldn't
government.
be here. Working for the
working-
government.
Working up at the Capitol.
working. Been pretty significant part of the roster. Me, Alex, and Caden for our whole careers, and then Brennan is made an immediate impact his last year, his freshman year, and
I think
he's gonna
already
continue to.
I think already he's ranked like 4th on the team for
Yeah.
sprinting.
Wow.
he's gonna continue to make an impact throughout his career.
All right, so now we'll get you guys into some longer questions. And my first one is, how does it feel to swim for a different school? And what does that kind of look like? What are some differences?
Team-wise, I'd say it's a pretty welcoming team. I'd say a lot of us Bondurant guys fit right in and have done a good job at shaping the culture of the team, and just I think it's a pretty welcoming atmosphere for most.
I say there are a lot of times where it gets like a little bit complicated when like Southeast Polk, a lot different like school environment from Bondurant, having so many kids. You hear a lot of names get dropped. You hear a lot of like classes. I think Southeast Polk classes are structured a lot differently. So when people talk about those, it's a lot different. But all in all, I don't think it's a very different thing from Bondurant, but it's just a very new experience, and I kind of like having that.
All right, so you two were a part of some records getting broken this year. Can you guys tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I'll let Davin start because you were on the record team back in like December.
So in December we host a home invite, which is a lot of pretty good teams, and we decided to drop taper for that meet, which is just a backing down in training to perform a little better. And we ended up breaking the record for the 200 medley relay. That team being Desmond Ortega, Southeast Polk guy, and then myself, Alex, and Brennan Hammond. So 75% of the team was Bondurant guys. We broke the school record by about a second, I believe, and that was in December. And since then, unfortunately, I have been dethroned, but Alex was on the second record-breaking team of the season.
The second record-breaking team for the medley, it changed. It was the same exact team except for Davin got replaced by our foreign exchange student, Bertil. So he's off the record now, but then still records are being broken all the time for the relays. I think the 400 free relay record is broken, if I'm not mistaken, or at least very high up there. That's the same relay team for the medley. It's me, Desmond, Bertil, our foreign exchange student, and Brennan. So that's the 400. And then in individuals, I don't think Davin's going to be up there. Davin's going to be up there by the end of the season. And last season, I got up there to the second spot in the 500 free. Since then, I've been knocked down to third, but I'll probably be back up to at least the school record this season.
Nice. So what are some of your guys' postseason goals, kind of as we transition into postseason?
For me, going into postseason, the end goal is make it to state. I've been there as like a relay alternate past couple of years, but getting there individually is a big goal of mine, and just working pretty hard to get there.
A big goal of mine is I want to qualify in all my relays and all my individuals. So I got the 500 free and the 200 free. I'm pretty set to qualify in the 200 free. I think I'm ranked like 20-something in the state right now. And how you make state is top 32 in individuals and top 24 in relays. So you need to make those. And I just want to bring as many guys to state. The atmosphere up at state is just so much different than any other meet you'll ever have. It's electric. It's one of the best experiences I've had in swimming, and I want as many of the guys on the team as possible to experience that.
So how does your training change going into postseason?
So throughout the season, we kind of maintain and build up to our hit week, which is about a month and a half out from our championship meets, which is our state qualifying and state meets. Kind of going into that hit week, we start to pick up a lot of training yards. A lot of our training is measured in yards and just the intensity of the workouts, and kind of ramp up in yards a lot. We go to throughout the season, we're there in the morning, 4 out of 5 school days a week, but we're in the weight room for half that time. So we take away the weight room and go in the pool 4 days a week in the mornings, and then just ramping up yards. We peak at around 10,000 yards a day. For
That's
training.
a lot.
It is a lot of swimming in a day. So it's about 10,000 yards a day, probably close to 50,000 a week at our top and at our peak. And then if Alex wants to dive into what taper looks like,
so during a taper, you can have your taper structured in 2 different ways. You can taper off for your districts in hopes of qualifying for state, and then you can taper off for state if you're confident you make it in districts. What you can expect for that is your hit week, obviously, like Davin said, you build up in yards. But then when taper comes, it's pretty similar for the first, I'd say, 2 days-ish. But then you start to see a dramatic, down. You go down in yards, you can expect, I think less than 2,000 is what we got to, the day before state last year. So it's basically, you get in, you warm up, you do some start and turn work, and then you get out.
All right. So another question I have is what event is the hardest?
The event that's the hardest depends a lot about what you swim, but I'm pretty sure the general consensus, even among people who actually swim it, you could do either the 200 IM or I'd say even the 200 free as the hardest. The 200 free, I'd put it above the 500 in terms of difficulty because it's right in the middle to where you can't pace it out and go relaxed for most of it, but you also can't dead sprint it and be done easily. So you're caught in that state where you need to go fast for a long period of time. And then the 200 IM with how it's structured, it has the hardest stroke to maintain up front, which is fly. So then you get gassed really easy, and then you still have 150 more yards to go.
Yeah. What does IM mean? I don't know what that stands for.
So IM stands for individual medley. It's a 50 of every stroke in swimming. So there's 4 strokes. There's butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and then freestyle. And then the IM goes in that order. So you're swimming a 50 of butterfly, and then you go do a 50 of every other stroke. I'd say skill-wise, that's the hardest. You need to have a kind of mastery of every stroke and just be able to swim everything well. And then just the endurance of being able to hold out to the end of that race is big too.
Can you show me what some of these strokes look like?
I suppose.
All right, I'll narrate for him because his mic's going to be out. All right.
So butterfly.
In order of stroke, you got butterfly, which is double overarm, kind of like freestyle, and you'll be pulling, and then you have the kick that goes with that, and then backstroke. It's freestyle on your back. It's not too hard to understand, which you've seen freestyle before. And then breaststroke, Davin's favorite. Same thing, same principles as butterfly with your kick and your stroke working in tandem to propel you, and then freestyle, the one that everyone's probably familiar with, default swimming.
Yeah, default swimming. I think that is what I would probably stick to.
Yeah, most people. I'd say the hardest is probably butterfly. Is what most people.
Butterfly and breast because it's both timing and strength with those 2 strokes.
Can you guys tell us when state qualifying and state is?
State qualifying is February 7th at Johnston High School. We got to sign a pretty good, pretty nice pool and pretty close, which is nice. We've gone Mason City before, which is rough bus ride, but
yeah. And then actual state is up at Iowa City, the 13th and 14th of February.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for joining.
Thanks for having us.
The show.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, we're glad we can give swimming some representation. Thank you.